up, everyone? It's Zach from App Premier Soccer Investing coming at you with another video. Today's episode, we got the boss on, Aaron, Slapstocks Aaron. He's going to run down what the soccer card market was like at Dallas and what people were chasing and what he sees going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Good to be here again on the Slapstocks FC. Haven't done one of these like interviews on here for forever. Now I'm the one on the other side of it, so it's kind of fun. Oh, before we get going, actually, I want to share because this is our soccer podcast. Of course, we have 2 soccer breaks that have yet to be filled yet for this week on Tuesday. One is Prism EPL Hobby. 2 is Prism EPL cereal boxes. I think there's 8 spots left in Hobby as of right now, and then 12 left in the cereal box break. So if y'all want to get in on our first Prism EPL break, go ahead and go to slabstocks.com/shop. All right, now let's jump into it. Dallas Card Show. First off, more soccer I saw there than any other card show in my life that I've been to, which was to be expected, though. I mean, the market's exploded in the last year and a half. Chicago 2019 Dallas or in National, there's not much at all there. I was buying 2018 Topps Chrome boxes for $50 a pop there, which are now $800 a box. So I was ripping those. I got Sancho and Felix rookie out of that. But yeah, I mean, you could tell that the general feeling of soccer was hot there, but it was like your Mbappe, Haaland, Ronaldo, and Messi. A couple of guys there had some other stuff, like Ogo Sports Cards had some Raheem Sterling, some De Bruyne, some Lukaku and stuff like that. But a lot of what you saw was the Mbappe and the Mbappe and the Haaland, but it wasn't only in like soccer only cases. You know, it was dudes that predominantly had basketball, and then also had Mbappe and Haaland in their case also.
That was gonna take me to my question. So it was more like guys like you who are more like basketball card guys, but like they see the opportunity in soccer, they're coming in.
Yeah, I mean, I would say most of the soccer there was concentrated, a few booths that were like soccer diehards, but like there was a fair amount of people that wanted to get into soccer and just obviously buy the top young prospects, and then go from there. There were a couple, like the guy I got my Lewandowski patch auto from. He had some amazing stuff, lots of flawless autos, lots of Messi rookies, like guys like that, and not just guys. I mean, there are females there too. Actually, more females that I've seen at any other show too in my life, which is cool to see. He had a lot of other players too. He had some Pele autos and stuff, but I would say very concentrated on the top dudes, Mbappe and Haaland, and then from there's Baxter, good pull, had a lot of 2014 Prism, Messi, Ronaldo stuff. So I'll be interested to see. I think that the more that we progress. Oh, actually, one more thing that was really key was I asked people if they had soccer that they were selling, and they told me no. But not only no, they told me they didn't bring it with them. That's a pretty big key there. I don't think that a lot of people, even if they had soccer, wanted to bring it to sell it.
So that's really interesting. I think that means people are looking ahead towards this summer, and they're thinking they want to hold till then because they think then is going to be opportunity with the Euros, UCL finals, all of that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the show schedule, May and then June potentially for Dallas, that's way more in like the hot selling window probably than early March.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if some of those people that didn't bring soccer in March are bringing it in May, bringing it in June, and then national in August. End of July will probably be psychotic for it. And, myself at the show, I'm planning on definitely getting a lot of soccer cards into there, hopefully either through myself maybe or through others. We want to be that go-to spot for soccer, obviously, and that's why we're doing Slapstocks FC and everything.
Yeah, it's definitely growing because you see these people that are like buying soccer now, like these basketball card guys like you and stuff. They weren't necessarily in it a year ago. Or if they were, or even 6 months ago, like in August, they might have been, but that's just because it was a very inflated hype market at that point because you had the low undergraded sets like the 14 Prism,
right,
and all that. But I think people the education level is increasing, and it's reactions to in-game performances. Like we saw the Haaland and Mbappe big spikes,
right,
and the action really come in after their Champions League hat trick and brace respectively for them.
Right. And if you think about it, like the overall market is so much hotter right now than it was in August. The only thing that's not as hot is the PSA 10 base, but that's because there's like 10 times the amount graded now.
Yeah.
The overall market is way bigger now in soccer than it was in August. And that's what we were preaching when I started Slabstocks FC, was that sure, there's gonna be a couple cards that probably rise too fast off of this. There's gonna be probably some least amount or not as much profit margin to make potentially, but if you play the cards right, it'll work out really well. And I think it has so far for anyone that listened that didn't buy into the peak of an undergraded card. That is the word. And I just want to echo that again. I've said it on multiple different podcasts and shows. You never want to buy into an undergraded set. You want to buy into like naturally low pop sets or ones that are really hard to grade. And I'm not saying that the Ronaldo and Messi now are bad buys, because I think that they're really tough grades actually. And I think now the set is graded as it should have been, like 1,000 PSA 10 pop or whatever, like 100. But that's still a tough grade. Those 2014 cards are beat up. Like, there's going to be a lot that cannot get 10s. And I don't think that the pop's going to rise much from here. I think it's going to be pretty steady, flat growth potentially.
Yeah, and those are going up a little bit too. But it's also a little bit more of like diversified cards. It's not just Prism anymore. Like Topps Chrome is starting to finally get its due, in part due to like Haaland and Mbappe. Yeah. And then you have Sapphire coming in, which helps the Topps Chrome market too.
Oh, Sapphire, I think it is one of the – if that set didn't come out, I don't know if we'd be sitting where we are right now with soccer. With the Haaland rookie logo, the Fati rookie logo, the exclusive box. I mean, we've seen those boxes go from $350 to $800 to $1,400 to $2,000, and $1,400 to $2,000 in the matter of 4 to 5 days. I was just talking to you about that. On Tuesday, the boxes were $1,400 when we sold our last break. Now they're up to about $2,000, and the Haaland PSA 10s are going over 4,000. PSA 9s are 1,600 now. I'd say you've got a pretty good chance to hit a Fati or a Haaland. We've probably averaged about one or a little less than one of either of the two per box. Not like both of them, but one or the other out of like 20 plus boxes we've opened. So the box, and I talked to you about that also remember when we were talking about how much the boxes are valued at, and how if you look at other boxes like 2019 Prism, the top player, like, with Zion, like his silver PSA 10 is equal to the box value about, or a little bit higher. Haaland's PSA 10 is, 4.5K almost, and the box is still only $2,000, and you have a way better shot to hit Haaland than you do Zion silver Prism.
You think that's like coming as a knockdown effect? Because like we had the video with Baxter where we're talking about the 2006 World Cup boxes and the expected value, like market value of the box and all that. And then those have seen obviously tremendous growth. And so people are looking for, the next guys up, like the next guys to carry the mantle of the sport are Haaland and Mbappe. So then they go, and people are like saying right now, we really like the Sapphire for Haaland's rookie card. So the wax is coming out, and they see that there's still the value and discrepancy there, and that's why it's causing that like big jump we've seen these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, and if you think about it, in the last week, the Haaland's been a little over 4,000 the entire week, but that box just went up $600. So I think that is a little like, lag between the card versus the box. I think people probably just think first off to look at the PSA 10 of the top player and buy it, and then they think about the wax a week later potentially. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on.
Have you seen that same rise like occur in the 2017 Topps Chrome box?
I would say that those went from 1,900 or even actually, very similar, $1,500 to $1,600 box maybe a week and a half ago. Now it's like 2.4K.
That's really interesting to look at. It really tells you how confident people are in Haaland and Mbappe in their careers, and it like. We all know Messi and Ronaldo are unfortunately entering the waning years of their career. I mean, it was laid bare in the Champions League when like Juventus feebly went out to Porto. And I mean, Messi, I think, had a decent tie against PSG, but I mean, PSG killed them, and they're aging obviously. And like soccer's a sport that likes having like two guys or two top teams at the top that they can build narratives off of, and fans really have come to expect that now because of Messi and Ronaldo, and they're looking. It's really showing how much like confidence there's that Mbappe and Haaland are those guys now. Like going forward within the next decade, like they're gonna be it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you think about like how much the first type of set matters for certain things, and like 2017 Topps Chrome, when you have the Messi, Ronaldo, which while they are like 14-year cards or whatever, no one cares about that when it comes to like the longevity of a set. It's the first Topps Chrome Messi card, Champions League, and then you got the Sapphire that comes out, and then you kind of see like the passing of the torch now into Holland and Fati in that set versus the 2017 Topps Chrome UCL set with Mbappe. Like to me, like those are the two biggest sets. Topps Chrome Champions League 2017 and then Sapphire. Bundesliga is definitely a big set for Holland and Reina, but I just don't feel like it has that, like really like that. I don't know, just like that big sticking point to it where it's like the first UCL set or the first Sapphire set. Like that really helps in my mind. I mean, it actually surprises me that Bundesliga boxes are like $3,400 compared to $2,400 for 2017 Topps from UCL. I don't know if that's just because the Holland cards are so expensive right now, which is probably why. But even if comparing the 2017 Topps Chrome UCL Mbappe-based PSA 10 to the Bundesliga, it's like a little over half the price than Mbappe than the Holland, and there's similar pop reports, and the Mbappe came up 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
and there's more value in the 17 Topps Chrome box too.
Yeah, you have Messi, Ronaldo in there too,
and you have like like they're not like true rookies, but you have like quasi rookies for like Pulisic and Rashford, like Trent Alexander-Arnold. His cards sell from that set.
Rashford's not in that set, but Alexander.
Oh, you're right. That's. I'm thinking that was a mess of up. But yeah, like the Pulisic cards, people really like getting from that set.
Yeah. I had the orange 25 BGS 10. I bought it raw for $100 or no, $30. $30 raw orange 25, and then I got a BGS 10. Sold it for like $1,500. That's probably like, I don't know, $3K now or something.
At least. Well, his stuff might be down a little bit though right now because Chelsea, he's not playing much.
His autographs still sell really well though. People really eat up the autos of him, which makes sense. I mean, there's not many autographed soccer cards.
Yeah, that I actually wanted to ask about that because you just bought the Noir Lewandowski on-card auto, and you were talking about earlier, you were seeing the flawless like on-card autographs. Like, how do you think like we've seen the huge market growth for like Kobe on-card autographs and Jordan M-card, all that? It's not at the same level for soccer, but that stuff is selling. Do you think it gets to that point?
Easily. I think I talked about before. I think Messi, Ronaldo on-card autos are going to be some of the biggest things in soccer cards. Obviously, the rookie cards are huge, but there's just not that many on-card autos to go around. And we haven't seen an on-card auto of the two of them release in 2.5 years.
Yeah, since 2018, right?
2018 was the last year that an on-card auto released of them, I think. That's insane. Like, that is not normal. And there's a lot of difficulties with the international signees and getting them on card, and then even more so, obviously, COVID putting a wrench into that too. You have an on-card auto of those guys, and I would not sell it. You see how much it doesn't even have to be a rookie, obviously, because Kobe didn't have autographs as a rookie certified through the packs, but like really high-end, flawless on-card patch autos of him, can go up over 5 figures, definitely. There's going to be a time when it's going to be the same exact thing, $20,000, $30,000, potentially $40,000 for some of those on-card low-numbered patch autos of Ronaldo and Messi. Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. And here's the other thing. We don't know how much those guys are going to sign after the careers are done, too. Now, there's a chance that they could sign a lot. Like, Pele has signed quite a bit recently.
I would imagine, though, they won't. Just the level of fame and like it doesn't make sense for them to want to sign. Like it's not like they need the money. Yeah, and like for Kobe, like he was very exclusive to Panini as he went on with his career. Like it was like they had like a really, really big partnership, Kobe and Panini. So Kobe did sign a lot, but that was throughout the end of his career. It wasn't like when he was playing. Like we don't, other than I'd say like Messi has a decent amount of autos through Obsidian and stuff, but it's not like that much. It's just the on card is so big, and if they're signing after the career, it might just be the stickers that they had already in stock or something. Yeah, I'm really bullish on on card autos of the two of them, and I do have one of each that I've saved for a long time. But I really like them. Was that like one of the main things people were chasing at Dallas? Like the soccer guys that were there, were they going after like on card auto stuff, or was it
No,
more like
that's the other thing. Like, I don't think that they have their due yet either. Like, I grabbed that. I didn't even really get to it, but the Lewandowski Noir auto on card patch up 25, beautiful looking card for 450. I mean, he's one of the best soccer players in the world right now. Today, as we're speaking, he just had a hat trick in his
yeah?
game, and it just is crazy to me. Like, even guys like that, like if you can't afford the Messi or Ronaldo, like, why not pick up an on card of him? But here's the thing: they're so hard to find. I could not believe I actually saw that card because I've never even seen a Noir patch auto on card of Lewandowski. They're really hard to find from those 2016 years, like the Flawless and the Noir, because they only made one set, and I think they're amazing.
Yeah, they're beautiful cards. Transitioning topics a little bit. We saw the Champions League draw come out. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm excited. When do they play? April 6th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they play April 6th. Man City and Dortmund, I think, should be a good game. Lots of prospects going there on both sides. Phil Foden for Man City, and then Holland, obviously, and Reina, and all the other really big studs on Man City, too. That should be a good one. Then Bayern and PSG is a really
well, that's a replay of the final from last year, and that was a pretty good game, too. So
it's pretty big to get that one out of the way right away. I mean, I think a lot of people might have had that as their final if they didn't get slotted against each other, right?
That's what I was thinking.
So that's an interesting one. It's really funny to see FC Porto in there. Like looking at that, just like the schedule. It's like that's like one of the logos you just kind of like double take on. Like, holy cow, who are they playing again? I forgot.
Chelsea. I mean, if they could beat Juve, Chelsea hasn't lost under Tuchel yet, but they've been playing really well. But Porto is going to be a tough team to play against, just the way they set up and stuff.
No doubt. And then
Madrid Liverpool, which is a replay of 2018's final too.
Liverpool and who?
Madrid.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. And also, it's kind of funny to see like Liverpool playing that when they're struggling in the Premier League, right? Like, because obviously it's based off of last year's standings, but still, they've had a ton of injuries this year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, basically their whole back line has been hurt at some point or other.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tough to compete when you're dealing with that. And then we got one more, right? Who am I missing?
No, that's the four.
That's it. Well, I mean, I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun to see. I think last year we saw a lot of action in the card market when the Champions League was going down in fall range. September is like –
It was August.
Yeah, August I meant, because they played it all at one time. They tried, they just went at it, try to start it back up. And that was a good time for the card market. I mean, a lot of action on Mbappe. And I remember Serge Gnabry got a lot of action. I think it'll be like that with a lot of players if they go off, and you see some of those prospects put up 2 goals in the game. Who knows what happens?
We could see like Mbappe and Holland prices and Foden too are high right now.
Yeah,
it could get really weird if Mbappe scores a brace and they go through. Holland scores a hat trick.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is it just depends on how many people are looking to buy, because the pops on these things are pretty small. If you're holding a 10 of any one of those guys, you're most likely holding a 10 that's only a 400 to 500 pop card, maybe even 100 if you're looking at optic set or something.
Yeah.
If you're, I mean, the only card that would be higher than that would be the 2018 Prism World Cup Mbappe, which is maybe closer to 2,000, like a Giannis Prism type pop. But even that, I mean, clearly, Prism World Cup, the year he won it, France kid, 18 years old, whatever, that's a huge one too. So I think it could get interesting. I think it'll be interesting because when does let's take this into the next segment. With the events upcoming, when does the Champions League finals come at? So April 6th quarterfinals. When do we get to the final?
The final it's like May 27th or 20. It's something
right. So
last week of May.
It's before the Euro.
Yeah, so the Euro starts June 11th.
So you got the Champions League final, and normally when you're talking about a big event like basketball or football, you got to wait forever for the next big event, right, or the season to start. This goes right into Champions League, right into the Euro, where a lot of these players in the Champions League will be playing the Euro, and I think it's just the momentum just going to keep going. There's not going to be a train that just hits the end. It's just going to keep going.
This summer, it's going to be crazy for soccer cards. I truly believe that. What about your picks? Who's going to win the Champions League? Who do you have?
Mm, I don't remember the bracket and who would get slotted against who, but for some weird feeling, I feel like Chelsea might put it all together and do it. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know
Chelsea.
why. I mean, there's a lot of other teams I probably think are like better. Like I'm sure Bayern and at PSG, one of those the team that comes out of that could win it. But I don't know. I just have a weird feeling that team's just going to play well.
Well, based on form, I would be saying City,
Yeah.
but I don't trust them not to choke in the Champions League. They've done it every year under Pep, and I don't see why that's not going to continue. I've been saying for months since PSG hired Pochettino that they would win the Champions League, because if he could take that Tottenham team to the
Yeah.
Champions League final, this PSG team is way better than that Tottenham team ever was. I think it's hard for me to pick against Mbappe at this point. He's that good. They have Neymar too, Di Maria, Icardi. They have so much quality on that team.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I like sometimes picking like the flyer, but I would personally like I want PSG to win if anyone. I mean, Mbappe, that'd be so big for the market, so big for Mbappe cards.
this mailbag, sorry we couldn't answer all of your questions. We're just doing the interview with Aaron. So pick 3 questions for this week, and the rest will be rolled over into next week's mailbag. First question is, how do you determine true value on rare cards? Example, Messi, Ronaldo, on-card autos. I don't have much experience in this. I'm going to leave this one more to you. You know, like this type of market a lot better than I do.
Yeah. Well, first thing I would do is check eBay comps. If there's no eBay comps, then it gets more sticky, of course. And that's probably why the question is asked, true value on rare cards. There's no way to know the true value until you put it up for sale and start taking offers and potentially auctioning it off. But to get the best mindset of value, what I like to do is take the cards that sell more frequently, your PSA 10s, possibly of silvers, a base, whatever that is. Look at some multipliers from last sale to until now. And if you can find a sale of an on-card auto of Messi or Ronaldo from around that previous time period, you might be able to do some value multiplication to see like what it might be around. That's not going to give you a definitive answer for sure, but at least can get you in the mindset of what might it be. And then from there too, the other problem is that you might have like an out of 5 where it just hasn't popped up. I think you just need to do your best to look at what's listed and price it in a realm that makes sense. I think the more that you are involved in the sports car market, the more you can get a feel for like what someone would actually pay for something. I remember I put up my Eminence Ronaldo patch auto out of 5, like I think it was like last fall or right before the fall for like 6,500 or best offer, and thank goodness no one bought it. Thank goodness. I don't even know why I actually put it up for sale. I'd been saying for a while I didn't want to sell it. I don't remember. It was like right when I was like selling some of my soccer cards, of course, to start FC, and I was like, why not just field some offers? I put it up high. It was high at the time, and I think I got some offers in like the 4K range, but I really wanted like 5.5 to 6 to sell it. That card now, there's no way I'm taking less than like 15 to 20K for it. If I were to sell, I'm not even going to sell it.
Yeah, I think you hold that for a while. That could get really high.
Check this out. It's match worn Real Madrid kit, patch auto, clean auto, numbered out 5. You just can't replace that. Like it's irreplaceable, that type of card now. I was gonna buy the exact same card for Messi with the Argentina logo patch, and I just didn't have the cash flow at the time to pull the trigger. It's 4K, and I was gonna do it, and I messed up. I bought the Ronaldo a year prior to that for 900.
Jesus.
$900.
All right, that's a good question. Why are people sleeping on vintage soccer? So I'll take this one.
Go for it. I got no thoughts.
So vintage is interesting for a couple of reasons. Obviously, it's super low pop, and most of it is stickers. And the problem with that is stickers weren't back when those stickers were being collected, they were put into albums. So now you have people taking them out of albums, but that leads to incredibly damaged backs. These stickers are not kept in good condition at all. And then the other thing with vintage that is kind of holding it back right now, but I think it will change as more people get educated on the sport and its history, is a lot of people entering soccer cards, or even just that are like soccer fans, are modern soccer fans. And they're not, they don't know like guys like Franz Beckenbauer or Gerd Muller or guys like that very well. So their stuff, Johan Cruyff, is still attainable right now, especially like the pop counts, like the PSA graded pop counts of like a Cruyff rookie, a Beckenbauer rookie, a Muller rookie, there's all like less than 30 of those total in the pops. So they're super rare, super tough to grade if you can even find them. Yet they're still selling for attainable, like semi-attainable prices. Like you could pick up, I think, like a PSA 2 or 3 of like a Franz Beckenbauer rookie who won World Cups with Germany, Ballon d'Ors as a defender, one of the greatest players ever, for $1,500, $2,000 for like a PSA 2 or 3 of his rookie. It's not going to always be like that. People are going to start to learn the market, and people, like, as they make money in modern, I think people will look to vintage. It is generally been, like, historically in sports cards, a safer place for money. Like, wouldn't you say?
That's the thing with me, though. I mean, I'm just going to piggyback off what you said. Like, I don't know anything about vintage soccer. I don't know anything about old players. Like, and actually for myself, like, even if I were to get more involved and think about it more, like, I don't even think that I could get into it. I just don't. I'm not attracted to stickers. I'm not attracted to older vintage cards like that. And I think that that goes for a lot of people who are buying modern right now. So I'm not saying that vintage can't pop. I think there's going to be a lot of people that get involved in soccer that do care about it, that do know it, that will buy it. But right now, the overall market trend, it's like these people buying soccer cards just don't even, not even care, you know.
But in vintage's favor, you really don't need many people to get interested in it for the pop because it's so rare.
Yeah, you only have and that's the other thing. You have so few sales that happen. You know, each sale after that, there's gonna be so many more people that come into the market between now and the next sale that, you know, you've seen record sales for like the same cards like 5 times over probably in the last 5 months because they sell like once a month maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. Like even someone like me who loves soccer, I knew about these vintage guys. It took me a while to learn how that market worked and to learn the different stuff to look for. It is really complex because it's all foreign language stuff. There's, for like Pele, for example, he's like a bunch of different rookies, all like from around the world. There's all these different random stickers that it's really complex and it takes a while to learn. Also, so I think there's an education gap there on it too, which is holding it back right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then last question. Kind of talked about this a little bit, but are we about to see another August soccer spike, or will things be different this time? And so I laid out this calendar here because it illustrates my point pretty well. So July is going to be June. Obviously, the Euro start is going to be big. July, I think, is where it's going to peak, probably maybe in June, because you have the Euro and Copa America finals, and then you have the Gold Cup, which doesn't really matter that much. And then August is, I think, where we will see some softening of the market because you have the international competitions hangover, but like the new domestic leagues start. But I think the quality of play won't be there at the start, as you know, they're coming back from the international tournaments. That always affects things. But then September it will start picking up again because you have the UCL coming back, and then you have all the World Cup qualifying starting in September and October, like European World Cup qualifying, South American, and American, which I think will be big too because it's going to be the first competitive games that really count that the U.S. men's national team has played in over a year. At the time, you're going to see, I think, American hype start coming back in too at that point because I'm sure we'll see some big performances from like Pulisic in a U.S. shirt or McKennie or Adams, guys like that. So I think it's going to be hot June and July, a little pullback in August, and then it's going to pick right back up in September. What do you think?
Yeah, you covered it. I agree with you.
Yeah. All
Not
right.
much more to add.
Again, thank you all for submitting your mailbag questions. Sorry couldn't get to all of them. We will get to them in the coming weeks. Thank you, Aaron, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. As always, DM me with any questions, what you want to see from the show, what you want to see from Slabstocks FC going forward. Thanks for watching, and peace.